So what are we doing in this step?
So we're gonna go ahead and pre-saturate the areas that we want to target with the ultrasonic spatula and our PK solution. And that's just making sure that we're able to get everything up.
Okay.
So we're gonna look for areas of congestion, and this is gonna be our pre-extraction step as well.
Okay.
So if you can go ahead and pass me another one, please. And these should be a little bit moistened. So we've got our nose, of course, like our T-zone area. One more. And for some people, there's gonna be a little bit of congestion in the cheek area, but she looks like she's pretty good there. And then on the forehead, if I can have one more.
Absolutely. So this is gonna really help prep the skin, you would say?
Absolutely.
And so how long will we allow this to sit on the skin?
2 to 3 minutes as a whole.
It's okay. Can we incorporate steam, or steam will be too much?
You could incorporate steam if you wanted to, but it'll be fine on its own.
And what type of sensation will the clients be feeling during this step?
There'll be no tingling sensation or anything as a whole. You know, it's just gonna go and work underneath the skin to just kind of loosen up any sort of debris and just kind of liquefy any sort of sebum that may be there.
Okay. Why are we utilizing the PK neutralizing spray in this step?
So the reasons why we utilize the PK neutralizing mist is because it's more alkaline in nature. So it gives us really magical results for one. And for two, whenever we use something that's more alkaline in nature, our skin, if you have to remember, is going to be more around like a 4.5 to a 5.5. So whenever we bring it to more of a basic or alkaline level, we're gonna be causing the oils or the impurities to float. So it's gonna be causing everything that's within the skin to come more to the surface, which is in turn gonna make it either easier to extract. Say if you didn't have your ultrasonic spatula, which is just gonna make it that much easier, or you know, if you're doing a standard method of extractions, it's just going to really provide you with even better results, more clarity, radiance, in regards to just like your end of treatment results. But whenever we're doing the ultrasonic spatula, whenever you're going to be using your water-based solution and you already have, you know, the lipids or the oils that's coming out of the skin, and then you think about like the oil and the water and everything, and you're almost like pressure washing the skin, you really have those crazy good results.
Yes, and I like how you use that analogy, pressure washing the skin, really getting in there, deep cleaning the skin.
For sure, yeah. So it's gonna be really neat whenever we do that in a second, and how much comes out that you didn't even realize was there.
You never know what's underneath your skin.
Yep. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and remove this now because it's been the appropriate amount of time. Okay, so the first one we're gonna be doing is going to be working on removing any sort of dead surface proteins, and then also just like dead skin cells as a whole, any sort of impurities, and then we're gonna be working on removing any sort of toxins, and it also works on lymphatic drainage as a whole too.
So what are you applying to the skin now?
So this is just making sure that the surface remains wet, even though we did go ahead and infuse. Can I have a dry 5x4? I apologize.
5x4 or 4x4?
4x4.
I'm just messing with you. So what type of pressure are you applying with this?
I'm just gliding. It's barely making contact with the skin, just enough to have that ultrasonic vibration.
Now, I know you mentioned that there are some different settings on here. What setting is this on?
This is going to be the removal and decongesting setting. So whenever we have it more on the plus setting, it is actually going to remove impurities from the skin. In the minus setting, even though it sounds like it's opposite, it's going to infuse from the skin.
You can say opposites attract.
Yes.
So we're just adding more of that solution just so that it can glide a little bit easier.
And then you can see, if you look on here, what's beating up there is going to be oil, cellular debris,
It's like getting so smooth. So this really helps with removing that congestion out of the skin, an easier way to do that without causing your clients a ton of pain during the extraction process.
And this is also really beneficial for clients who may not like extractions or they find a lot of discomfort with extractions. I love it for my teenagers who just really shy away from extractions.
Yes.
And I have some male clients who are that way too. And they just much prefer ultrasonic facials because it's just a lot more comfortable for them. And it provides the skin with really glowing results, especially because you're able to remove a lot of those toxins from the skin.
Now, is there a certain way that we should position the ultrasonic?
Yes, so it does need to be positioned with the tip pointing downwards.
Okay.
And then you're moving in a forward motion. And if she did have some larger acne impactions, you can move it in a certain way to where you're able to really push those out in a wiggling motion.
Okay. So you're going section by section, really concentrating and pushing the sebaceous filaments out, debris.
Yes.
So we shouldn't apply the solution all over because it will dry down.
Correct. That first part was really to just kind of do more of the prep for it and make sure that we're really making sure that we're getting the pH where we wanted it to kind of float everything to the top again.
So can anyone receive this type of treatment?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely could consider most people as a candidate for this treatment. There aren't really any true contraindications for ultrasonic facials.
So this is also perfect for clients who do have compromised skin and also sensitive skin as well.
Yes, and you can see how much her skin is glowing just from the time that we started at the beginning of the facial treatment. And this is just going to be the mode that it's going to work on her lymphatic drainage.
So this device also does lymphatic drainage as well.
It does.
Now, can this cause telangiectasia in the skin at all if we apply too much pressure?
You would not have any telangiectasia due to the ultrasonic facial. However, you don't want to cause any sort of scraping marks on the skin. So it's just best to use gentle pressure.
Did you hear that, everyone? Gentle pressure. Ooh, that was a good one.
Yeah, whenever you go over something that needed to come out, you can definitely hear it with the device.